What's up, Cringeverse? It's Sal, aka the artist formerly known as Cringe Miku, and today we are doing episode 4 of the Cringe Corner. For those of you that are new here, the Cringe Corner is where I look in the Discord server at all the lovely cringe that people send me throughout the week and compile the best hits into a video where I react to them live. So that's what you're in for. If you would like to send me cringe, please join the Discord server. I'm more likely to see it there. And I'm really happy you're all here, so let's just jump right into it. But before we do, I have something important to mention. Some of you brought up on my last video that you were not the biggest fans of Alpha Funk, so I re-downloaded Vocaloid 4 and wrote myself an original copyright-free piece to use over the videos. So you are going to be hearing Miku singing my lovely anti-copyright song on top of all the videos with copyrighted audio. So please enjoy that as well. Okay, so this one is called Christ Consciousness Made a New Friend. When Jesus joins the cast of characters in your head, everything is gonna change. Some of them are gonna have to go. I love how the new Inside Out movie includes a character called Anxiety. I've met this character. When Jesus comes to watch what happens to Anxiety. And then it's like a suggestive face, that's the caption. And then this video, for those of you just listening along, is him showing the cast of Inside Out, like all the little animated characters, and it says everybody else's head versus, and then it says my head, and it's an AI-generated image, wherein he has AI-generated Inside Out Jesus emotion. He has 2 disgusts, 3 sadnesses, 2 anxieties, 1 anger, and 1 joy, and all of them are like smiling and waving and posing for a picture. So he says some of them are gonna have to go. I'm confused about which emotions went. So it seems he doesn't have any of the new emotions like shame or ennui or whatever. And I think that's probably because the AI generator isn't fully updated with images from the new movie, and so that's probably what that is. But he also added 2 sadnesses and a disgust and another fear into his life. Like, is that what Jesus is doing for you, man? Like, I don't know. On one hand, I kind of see what he's trying to say, which is like, in my head, all the emotions are happy because I have Jesus. But on the other hand, it's just so funny to me that his situation actually got worse. I'm gonna give this one a 5 out of 10 because I'm happy for him. He seems really happy in his faith. But Jesus isn't an emotion. And why did you get sadder and more disgusted? And just, I have questions, okay? Okay, so this one, it's just a series of like images, so I'm just gonna kind of describe them to you. I don't know what movies these are from. I think it's Romeo plus Juliet. And so I think it's Leonardo DiCaprio looking at this girl, and she's in a wedding dress, and they have their arms hooked together. I think they're getting married or something. And it says 1996 on it. And then in the next picture, I'm not sure what's going on in this picture, but it's a man and a woman, and the woman has her hands on his chest. They're both wearing black, and it just says 2024. Okay, so fair enough, right? But then it takes us to this image that's like, it's called her UMax ratings, and it's the girl that was in the second picture, and it says overall 48 out of 100, potential 89, femininity 45, skin quality 56, jawline 54, and cheekbones 49. So, it's 2024, and we're back to rating women on numerical scales based on specific features that they have. And like, I don't really know how to put it into words, but something about this feels kind of racist. Like, the one person that they're deciding to rate is the black woman, and they're saying she's not feminine and that she doesn't have an optimal jawline or cheekbones. I don't know, okay? I'm not black. It's not really my place to say, but there's something fishy going on here, and I'm not a fan of it. I just think it's kind of cruel to show off your ratings app by rating a stranger. She is an actress, so she is in the public eye, but she didn't consent to being rated in this way. It's kind of demeaning. And like, there's nothing on here for like her acting talent or her personality or anything. It's just, this is what we think her face looks like. And I think it's AI done ratings, so it can't really even encompass how she looks in person. I think it's just basing these ratings off of images that it's seen of good looking people and people that whoever made this app thinks are not good looking. And so it's just interesting to me that I don't know, they're trying to put people on a scale with each other. It's 2024. Oh, I see. So she is, she's playing Juliet in the new Romeo and Juliet movie. I didn't know they were making a new one, to be honest. But, yeah, I like this comment. Why hating her if so, she's Juliet. Beauty is always on the inside. Like, yeah, she's Juliet. Juliet's supposed to be beautiful, and she is, like, clearly the casting directors thought she was beautiful, and she's got a lot of fans. Like, I don't know, this one just kind of seems kind of jealous, you know? I'm gonna give this one a 0 out of 10 because it's 2024 and we don't rate women on numerical scales anymore. Do better.
This is the song. This is the song that I made so YouTube can't copyright me today. This is the song that I play over the...
Okay, so NSFW warning, if you are under 18, why don't you just skip ahead to the next chapter, because I do not want to get canceled. So this one says, what if I take you shopping and we end up in the changing room with your leg over my shoulder because I got hungry? Alright, so here's the deal. I have worked a lot of food service, but I've actually never worked retail before. But from what I understand about retail is that it's similar to food service in the sense that everyone working there is tired, they deal with a lot of shitty customers, they just don't really want to be there. And so can you imagine you're like finishing up your shift at Macy's or whatever, and you're folding clothes, and you hear these two going at it in the changing room. Like, it's just so annoying. Like, you really couldn't wait until you got home? Like, I don't know, man. It just kind of is rude to the service workers, because now they're gonna have to like sanitize that entire room, disinfect it. I don't even know, like, you might have to bring the hazmat team in, because when I worked at a fast food restaurant, you were not allowed to clean shit off the floor if you were not specifically trained in like human waste cleaning. And so if these two made a bit of a mess with their bodily fluids, I mean, they might have to like call somebody in to clean it. And it's super inconsiderate of others. I don't know. I might be reading too much into it because it's supposed to be like a sexy fantasy or whatever. But I don't like it, okay? You're just being kind of annoying. It's only a little problematic though, because it's not like racist or anything or bigoted or whatever. So I'm gonna give this one like a 2 out of 10. It's just kind of annoying. Book princess, no! She says, my stomach did the thing. No! Save her! Someone save her. Sir, tell me when and where, and I'll be there. Oh my god. No, think of the retail workers, guys. Think of the workers, please. This next one's pretty NSFW also. So all of you lovely folks who skipped ahead, I'm afraid you're gonna have to skip ahead a little further.
Songs that Universal Music Group think they should play. This is my song, so YouTube, let's get along. You know you can't put claims on my content today.
So this one says, I dare you to read this with a straight face. So of course, I'm gonna do my best to read this without laughing rather than without getting horny as intended. I am also going to be censoring it quite heavily because I know YouTube monitors their audio a lot more than Instagram does. So just fair warning, we are going to be using things like stick to describe things that are going on here. So everyone just bear with me. That was for telling our niece we're just friends. Thought I told you to strip. I slipped my finger into the top of her panties and snapped them. What's this still doing on? She's already soaked. I felt it as soon as my stick brushed against the small scrap of lace separating us. She rises to her knees again, smiles, shaking her head, making no move to take them off, and I'm growing impatient. Make me. A rumble crawls up my throat, and I shove her panties to the side, spearing my full stick inside her. Her mouth drops open as she takes every inch like the extraordinary woman she is. Lonan, is that his name? Lonan? Okay, I've never heard that one before. Is it Logan maybe? I can't read it very well. Lonan, she gasps, her arousal dribbling around me. Look how wet you are for me. Still think we're just friends, baby? I nip at her lower lip. I promise you, we will never be just fucking friends. You can try to lie, but your sweet kitty, I apply pressure to her part, is begging me to be more than friends. Her legs quiver, but I don't let go yet. I kiss her, placing every bit of affection on her lips. Am I still your friend when I spank your ass? Kiss you like this when I'm buried inside your dripping kitty so far that you tremble. I almost made it, guys. Okay, so let's just pull this apart, shall we? So they're obviously engaging in a consensual act. So fortunately, this is not the dark side of BookTok. However, this book is annotated. She annotated her smut book. The last time I annotated anything was like high school when we read The Great Gatsby. We had to annotate that. And I can't imagine like reading a smut book and then just being like, okay, yep, that's an important line. Gotta highlight that. She really highlighted that. I promise you, we will never be just fucking friends. And she also highlighted the, am I still your friend when I spank your ass line? It's so funny. It's so bad. I mean, it's just, and then posting this on the internet so that the world can read it. I think this woman is the author of this book. Yeah, I believe this is her book. So she is just showing the digital footprint is real, guys. Okay, like maybe just keep the stuff behind a paywall so that way your future employers don't see it. I don't know. And then the comments on this are bad too. Like, I do this on the daily, gotta practice the poker face. Next page, please. Ugh, I don't know. This was funny. The other part that got me was spearing my full stick inside of her. Spearing. Like he's stabbing her with it. I don't know. It was a funny visual. And then her mouth drops open. Like I'm trying to visualize like how this is working and it just isn't making any sense. So I'm gonna give this one a 7 out of 10. It's not problematic. Both parties are consenting. We're all having fun. Just, you know, it's strangely written smut. And again, digital footprint. Come on, people, keep this one behind the paywall, okay?
This is the song I make to win your stupid games.
Okay, so you kind of have to see this one to get the whole effect. But I'm gonna just go ahead and read out the post. The comments have been turned off, by the way. It says, might be controversial, but golden retrievers can be bad boys too, and that's why I wrote an entire angsty romance from the POV of a 6'7", morally gray ex-convict who catches touch her and skull vibes for the single mom next door, and maybe you want to read it because it's my favorite. Well, sweetheart, if your writing in your book is anything like your writing on TikTok, I think we are in for a full river's worth of run-on sentences. Oh my god, there was not one bit of punctuation in this entire sentence. No commas, no periods, it's just one long text. And look, I am not an advertiser, but if I was, I would probably suggest that if you're advertising your writing, you should maybe like try putting in commas or something. I don't know, just a tip. Anyways, let's talk about a 6'7", morally gray ex-con golden retriever bad boy. If he's morally gray, he's not a golden retriever, okay? The whole idea of like a golden retriever guy is that he's like innocent and fun and like he's smiley. It's great that you like bad boys, but I don't know. It just kind of seems off. And also it's her mom's favorite. Your mom is reading your smut books. Oh my god. And then the most egregious part of this video is the fact that she's drinking from like a clear Starbucks cup. And she's using a Snapchat filter, and it's like over the cup because her eye can be seen through the cup. It's so weird. If you're just listening in, you might want to look because it's bad. Anyways, I don't like it. It's a poorly advertised book. Why is your mom reading it? Golden Retriever ex-con doesn't make sense. I'm gonna give it like a 3 out of 10. It's not very problematic, but I really don't like it. Okay, so this one is a woman and her son, and I'm probably gonna have to blur this one out quite a bit because the son's face is gonna be hard to censor. It says, being a boy mom is like having an overly clingy boyfriend without the romantic ties. I kind of see what she's trying to say. which is that her son is like always by her side and he's always asking her questions and, you know, that sort of thing. But here's the thing. Was there nothing else you could compare him to? Couldn't you just say being a boy mom is like having a son? Like, I don't understand why you had to compare it to having a boyfriend without the romantic ties. Like, it's just kind of, it's weird. Why couldn't you just say like a friend? An overly clingy friend? Or just like not compare your relationship with your son to any other type of relationship because a parent-child relationship is a unique class all its own. Like, that would be like comparing me having a friendship with my mom to me having a friendship with my friend. It's different things. Like, it's a different relationship with my mom because she's also my mom. Like, I don't know. It's just not really a fair comparison to make, and it just kind of comes off creepy. Like, here we go. Remember, guys, if it's weird when another gender says it, then you probably shouldn't be saying it either. Babies are not your partners. They are new little humans learning about the world. Exactly. 6 R's 9, you hit that on the head. Because if a man said being a girl dad is like having an overly clingy girlfriend without the romantic ties, people would have his head over it. I think it's ridiculous that she posted this. She's getting a 0 out of 10. I don't like it. Also, why is this specific to the fact that she is a boy? Wouldn't it just be like being a mom is like having an overly clingy? I don't know. I don't like it. Okay, so this post is a gacha video. Again, you might need to see it to understand. I'm going to try to describe it the best I can, though. For those of you that don't know, Gacha Life is this thing where you can make these little characters and then pose them, and so you can kind of make, like, little short animated movies, kind of. So I'm just going to describe to you what's going on here. So there's a woman on the phone, and she's got a baby with her, and then there's another woman laying out on the beach. They're on the beach. And the child runs over to the other woman and starts, like, taking off her shirt, and then this woman throws the child into the ocean. And then the woman who was on the phone, the child's mom, comes over and pulls the child out of the water. And then it flashes to an image of a woman in a prisoner's outfit. Yes, that's right. This person recreated a real-life criminal case using Gacha Life characters. Do I need to explain why that's kind of problematic? And people in the comments are saying, like, they're describing this incident. It says, here's the explanation. There was this mom and she left her 2-year-old child without supervision because she was on a call. The child later came up to the other woman and annoyed her, trying to take off her shirt. The lady got really pissed off, so she tried to drown the baby. So that's right, this person is making a gacha video about an attempted murder of a baby. I mean, it's just so insensitive. Like, I understand wanting to spread awareness about crime and, like, talking about these issues. But at the same time, oh my god, like, just talk about the issue rather than make a gacha video about it. I don't know. It just seems really insensitive. I think this person's probably young, and so they might not know better. So I'm gonna give this one like a 4 out of 10 because they're clearly just like a child.
This is the song that I made so YouTube can't copyright me today. This is the song that I play over the songs that Universal Music Group think they should play.
Okay, folks, we got a Gen X boomer cringe video. Y'all ready? How to frighten the younger generations. Put them in a room with a rotary phone, an analog watch, and a TV with no remote. Leave the instructions on how to use them in cursive. I love that, like, Gen X thinks that they're so great because they know how to do obsolete things, but they don't know how to, like, attach a file to an email. I work with people that are around this age, and the amount of times I have to explain basic technology things to them is crazy. I don't even work in IT, and it's ridiculous that these people don't know how to do things that are basics today, yet they shit on younger people for not knowing how to do things that were basic 30 years ago. And I also just want to point out that the thing about cursive is that not everyone knows how to write it, but it's not that hard to read. I mean, it's really just like a different font of print. I don't know. I see this exact post all the time, and it just kind of annoys me that they think it's so cool that they know how to use obsolete technology, and yet it was their responsibility to teach that to us if they wanted us to learn it. I'm gonna give this one a 3 out of 10 because it's not hurting anybody, it's just kind of mildly annoying.
This is my song, so
Okay, so this next one's gonna have some pretty heavy censorship on it. It's that one dad who has like the 5 daughters, and they're all dressed matching, and it's that video where they're like play fighting. And so the dad says, I want a son. And the daughters say, we are enough. The daughters say, you already have 5 kids. And the dad says, but you're all girls. And the daughters say, girls can do just as much as boys. And the dad says, I need backup when you all start PMSing. And then the mom walks up to him and hands him a baby boy. I wish that I could put into words how shitty this is, but I don't know how. It's just so crappy that you're coming on the internet talking about how you complain to your girls that they're all girls. Aren't you just blessed to have 5 healthy children? Like, the obsession that people have with the genitals of their child, it will never make sense to me. And they're right, the girls are right. Girls can do everything boys can. You should be raising your children the same regardless of their gender. I don't know, it just seems very shitty to me that these girls are always gonna feel like they're not enough for this dad because they're not boys. So I'm gonna give this one a 0 out of 10 because you are raising your daughters to believe that they are inferior because they are not male, and that is wrong. Okay, we have an incel moment. So is everyone ready? Okay. So it's a picture of a man, and it says, a fat woman will be loved. A poor woman will be loved. A jobless woman will be loved. But a fat, poor, jobless man will never be loved. The game is brutal. So, for starters, there's a logical inconsistency here. He says that there's 3 separate women, a fat woman, a poor woman, and a jobless woman. But there's only one man who has all of those traits. Now, I'm not saying any of those traits are bad, really. I'm just saying, like, he's making an inconsistent comparison, and it's really not fair. He should be saying a fat, poor, jobless woman will be loved, but a fat, poor, jobless man will not be loved. So, you know, just take that into consideration when you think about this post. And I think what he's trying to say is that, like, the game of finding a partner is a bit harder for men. But that's just not true. You know, you never thought to ask yourself, like, has this man ever talked to a fat, poor, jobless woman? Something tells me he's only going after women that he believes are ideal partners while he's not the ideal partner. And that's why he keeps getting let down. It kind of just reads super incel, super entitled. I don't know, I'm not a fan of this one. And the thing is that the followers of these kind of accounts are generally young men. And I'm concerned that these sort of posts are poisoning the mindset of young men. So I'm gonna give this one a 0 out of 10 because I don't like this small-minded way of thinking about people as just attributes about them and rather than whole people. And I also don't like that he's just making an inconsistent comparison. Let's do one more, shall we? Let's end on a fun one, okay? So this one is caption ideas for boys. Now, all of you men out there in my comments sections, this one's for you, all right? So I'm just gonna read these out for you, okay? I hunt goals. We evolve. Brains, brawn, and a touch of badass. Heart of a lion. I'd rather be a beast than a beauty. My way. Creating my own legacy. Focused and furious. I conquer. I love these posts. I love them so much. And I love that this guy is not doing it ironically. Like, he does this exact thing all day, every day on his account. It's so wonderful. I guess my favorite is probably brains, brawn, and a touch of badass because it kind of reads to me like the kind of thing a middle-aged woman would wear on a t-shirt, you know, like when she's doing like a 5K or whatever. It's just so funny that that's what this guy thinks is a Sigma caption idea. But please let me know in the comments which one is your favorite. Anyways, I think we're gonna end this video here. I'm already at like 25 minutes of recording time, so I'm probably gonna have to trim this a bit to make room for the videos. So anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I hope you enjoyed my new song, and I will see you in the next one. Bye-bye.